all over the world eat a large variety of food cooked in different ways. However, most traditional meals are a combination of food items that make a balanced diet suitable to people's lifestyle and the climate of the place they live in. Preserving nutrients in food. Very often, nutrients in food get lost because of improper methods of cooking or storing food. For example, if we wash fruits and vegetables after they have been cut into small pieces, some of the nutrients are drained away. Many nutrients are also destroyed when food is overcooked. Soaking or cooking rice and pulses in too much water and then throwing away the water also removes the nutrients. How does food get spoiled? Very tiny living organisms called bacteria and fungi are present in the air. They are so small that we cannot see them with our naked eyes. When food is not eaten fresh or not covered or stored properly, this bacteria and fungi starts growing on our food and spoil them. That is why it is very important to eat fresh food. Raw foods like vegetables and fruits should not be left out in the open for many days. When food is cooked, germs like bacteria and fungi are killed. But if this cooked food is left outside uncovered or uneaten for long, it can again be attacked by these germs and get spoiled. Do you know why and what may happen if we eat food that has gone bad? Eating spoiled food can cause food poisoning and other stomach problems. Fresh food, fruits, vegetables, and cooked food can be stored in the refrigerator for a very few days. Low temperature in the refrigerator will preserve them for some time. Food kept in deep freezers can be preserved for some weeks, but for storing food for a longer time, there are different methods of preservation. What is food preservation? Food preservation is a process of treating a food to stop or slow down the process of spoiling. In this method, the nutritional value of the food is not lost and there is no growth of bacteria. This process increases the shelf life of the food item. Food, pre- food preservation has been practiced in a variety of ways for hundreds of years. Methods of preservation. Different types of food items are preserved in different ways. Let us study about some of the methods of food preservation. Freezing. Bacteria and other germs do not grow in cold temperature. So foods like raw meat, green peas and even cooked food can be frozen. By keeping them in the refrigerator or the freezer compartment of the refrigerator. Freezing will preserve the food items. Once frozen food is taken out from the freezer, it should be eaten within a short time, otherwise it will get spoiled. Sun drying. Bacteria, fungi, and other germs cannot live without water. Some foods can be preserved by drying their water in the sun. Thus, dried food will not get spoiled easily. This is a very old method of preserving food items like some fruits, vegetables. Examples: peas and cauliflower, and even meat and fish. Heating and boiling. Do you know why milk is boiled? Bacteria and fungi cannot live in very high temperatures. When food is heated and boiled, all the germs in it are killed. That is why milk is boiled. Most of the food items are preserved by heating and boiling. Do you know? Louis Pasteur, a French scientist, discovered a special way of preserving wine and milk by heating and then suddenly cooling them to kill the bacteria and fungi in them. The method has been named after him as pasteurization. Packing in airtight packets and cartons. Some dried food items like cereals and grains usually do not get spoiled by bacteria. They get eaten and spoiled by insects and worms. These food items can be preserved by packing them in food grade polythene packets or airtight containers so that insects and other germs cannot enter inside. Grains, cereals, pulses, sugar, dry fruits, and most of the kitchen items are stored in this way. Food such as bread, buns, and cheese are also packed in this way so that air containing germs do not spoil them. Canning. The food industry uses this method of preservation. First, the food is heated to kill the germs, and then it is stored in clean, airtight containers or cans. Germs cannot grow inside the cans. Many fruits and sweets are canned and preserved. Canned food items can be kept outside the refrigerator till they are opened. Canning preserves food for a long time but not forever. All canned food has the expiry date printed on it. One should always check the expiry date before buying any such food. The food item is spoiled after the date of expiry. Do you know? Meat and fish can be preserved through the use of smoke. The smoke preserves and also adds a special flavor to the food. The method is called smoking. Grains are dried under the sun to reduce the moisture content and stored in airtight conditions. Silos and granaries are used for the dry storage of grains. Adding preservatives. Preservatives are chemicals that are added to different food items to stop them from spoiling. Salt is the most commonly used preservative. It is used to preserve meat and fish. Salt removes water from the food and stops the growth of germs. This method of preservation is known as salting. Other common food preservatives are sugar, vinegar, and oil. Oil and salt are used for preserving pickles. Green chilies and onions are preserved in vinegar. This method of preservation is known as pickling. Jams and squashes, fruit juices, are preserved by adding sugar. This method of preservation is known as sweetening. Do you know? Some food for thought. Buy as much as you need. Cook as much as you can eat and preserve properly. Take as much food as you can eat. Eat only as much as you need. Do not waste food. Do you know that nearly 25,000 people in the world die of starvation every day? Thank you. Pollution also endangers animals. We pollute our surroundings by throwing garbage and waste materials. When animals eat this garbage, their life is at risk. They may even die after eating and drinking polluted food and water. Measures to save animals from becoming endangered or extinct. We should save the forests from being cut down. They are the natural habitat for animals. We should plant a new tree whenever we cut one. We should buy products made from animals only when necessary. This will cut down the activities of hunters who kill the animals for products like leather, fur, ivory, etc. We should not pollute our environment. We should try to keep our surroundings clean. National Park. A national park is a forest area set aside by the government to protect the animals in that forest. The area provides the animals their natural environment where they can live and eat without any fear of being killed or hunted. Jim Corbett National Park is situated in Uttarakhand and is famous for supporting tigers and many other varieties of birds and mammals. Thank you.